Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you've ever wondered about the history of the 1-cent coin or if it's worth keeping around, this video is for you. From its humble beginnings in the late 1700s to its controversial place in modern currency, the penny has had quite a journey. Let's dive in and explore the fascinating story of the 1-cent coin. Our story begins in the 1790s. After the American Revolution, the newly formed United States didn't have its own currency system. Instead, a mix of foreign coins and paper notes circulated, but they weren't always reliable. There was a growing need for a unified, official currency. Enter the U.S. Mint, which was established in 1792 by the Coinage Act. One of its first tasks was to create a standardized currency. In 1793, the first official 1-cent coin was struck, the chain cent. The chain cent was made from copper and featured a chain of 15 links, representing the 13 original colonies plus 2 more for the newly formed country. It's a beautiful example of early American coinage and marked the start of the 1-cent coin's long history. However, the chain cent didn't stay around for long. It was quickly replaced by the Liberty Cap design in 1796, which showed a cap representing liberty. And from there, the 1-cent coin would undergo numerous design changes, each reflecting the times and the country's evolving identity. As the 19th century rolled on, the 1-cent coin saw more design changes. The Flying Eagle cent debuted in 1856. This design was short-lived, though, and was soon replaced by the Indian head cent in 1859, a design that would remain in circulation for decades. The Indian head cent, designed by James B. Longacre, became an iconic symbol of the 19th century. It was a beautiful and patriotic design, with Lady Liberty wearing a Native American headdress. This design resonated deeply with the American public during a time of great expansion. But the most famous design, the Lincon wheat penny, arrived in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 stalks of wheat on the reverse, a symbol of the nation's strength and its agrarian roots. The wheat penny became a staple of American currency, circulating until 1958. It was a symbol of the American spirit, seeing Americans through 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and the rise of the automobile era. In 1959, to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday, the design changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, a tribute to the nation's first Republican president. This version remained until 2008, when the U.S. Mint introduced a series of designs to commemorate Lincoln's life. While the 1-cent coin has been through a lot of changes, its economic role has also evolved. Today, the penny is often seen as practically worthless in everyday transactions, but that wasn't always the case. In 1913, for example, a penny could buy you a loaf of bread. Fast forward to today, and that same penny won't even get you a single piece of candy. Inflation has dramatically reduced the penny's purchasing power, which is one of the reasons why the coin is often seen as obsolete. Here's something interesting. While the 1-cent coin is worth only 1 cent, it actually costs more to produce than it's worth. In 2023, the U.S. Mint reported that it costs about 2.1 cents to make a single penny. This means the penny has been losing money for the U.S. government for years. So, why keep making them? Well, pennies are still important for small transactions, and many people continue to use them to make exact change. But despite this, there's a growing movement to eliminate the penny altogether, especially as digital payments rise and cashless transactions become more common. Now, here's where things get interesting. While most pennies are worth just 1 cent, there are certain rare pennies that are worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, thousands. Let's start with the 1943 steel penny. During World War II, the U.S. government needed copper for the war effort, so it produced pennies out of steel instead. These steel pennies are rare, and depending on their condition, they can fetch upwards of $10,000. And then there's the 1909 SVDB penny. This penny was produced with the designer's initials, VDB, Victor David Brenner, on the reverse, and only a limited number were made. It's one of the most sought-after coins by collectors, with prices reaching over $1,000 for a single penny in good condition. As of today, The question remains, should the US continue producing the 1-cent coin? Other countries, like Canada, have already phased out their 1-cent coins. Could the US be next? Advocates for removing the penny argue that it's an outdated piece of currency, especially with the rise of digital payments and inflation. On the other hand, those who support keeping the penny claim that it's still useful for small transactions and has cultural significance. Whether we keep it or phase it out, the 1-cent coin has had a remarkable history. It's a piece of American culture, a reminder of where we've been, and a symbol of how far we've come as a nation.